All right, we got this old Honda powered pressure washer. These good old Honda engines really will last forever. So if you've got one that's got the good Honda engine on it like this one, then it might be something to consider fixing. So really what you got to do is take the pressure washer pump off. A lot of times inside of them they're rusted, and that's usually what causes problems in them. And or it could be just a seal issue. But I always upgrade it to a little bit better pump. This one actually wasn't a bad pump. These were actually pretty good. This could probably be rebuilt, but it's a lot of time taking that thing all apart, finding the seal kit for it, and I'm sure they do make them, but I know that this pump here is a really good pump, and I have one on my other pressure washer. I did the same thing to it. So here's what you do: is you take this thing off. On this one, it had a second plate on here, so you had 4 bolts that took off to take the pump off, and it had a really wide pattern. I looked up for a pump with a 3/4 inch shaft, so you measure the shaft on it, and if it's 5/8, 3/4 inch, 1 inch, you find out what size it is, and then you check between the center of each hole. Like I checked these 2 centers, and it was, I think, 60 millimeters or 65. I can't remember the exact number, but it corresponded on Amazon with the pump that I have. So this lower one did, but the wider one, I couldn't find a pump that would match that. So all you did was take off the 4 bolts, the wide ones for this one, then took off the 4 that were inside that, and came up with this bolt pattern here, which is what's on the new pump. So this company here is called Can Pump. I think they're out of Canada. Makes sense, right? Can Pump Canada. Just like Can-Am motorcycles used to be Canadian and American. So yeah. So we'll get this thing out. We'll take a look at it. I'll show you what we got. Let's try and do this quick. I hate unboxing videos. We got hoses. We got this thing comes off of it. You put that on the pump. You got an extra set of O-rings or something. I'm not sure what. Didn't need them on my other one. And the monster pump is in here. Let's get it out. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You just slide the new one on. Make sure you have the Woodruff key in there. Bolt it up with the 4 bolts, the smaller section bolts on this one. It's funny, I emailed them and they're like, huh, that's got to have a 5/8 shaft. I'm like, nope, it's got a 3/4 shaft. And so I just saw it again on Amazon, the one I needed, and I just ordered it. Came in a couple days later. And there's also, I know this from the other one I did, we have a drain plug or a filler plug that we need to put in. The reason they have to change these, I figured out, is these ones are not vented, so you have to make sure you change the filler plug to this one. This is a vented plug. This one isn't. For shipping, they need one that's not vented because it does have oil in it. As you can see here, make sure it's got oil in it. This is a hydraulic powered pressure washer pump, so these are really good. This is actually a really good pump. So this machine now, we basically added a few years on it. We get the engines will last pretty much forever as long as you change the oil. Even if you don't change the oil very much, it'll still last a long time on these. These things last for years and years, the Honda engines. And a little trick for you, I always use Castrol motor oil. I'll tell you, it's just way better than the others. I had engines that I used to run on anything, even Valvoline racing oil, and I used to be able to take the oil out and it would just come out like water. And I started using Castrol, and it would come out the way I put it in, but just dirty. So it was very viscous still, where the other oils would break down. All right, so I got this part bolted on, and these pumps, apparently, I think they're all stainless steel and brass or copper in the water section, and the oil section is made with aluminum. If you look at most of the pumps you'll get on the cheaper pressure washers, if you're going to try and think, oh, I can just get a new pressure washer, they're better, get a new one, get a whole new one. They do not have, they just have aluminum, and the aluminum corrodes, and if you have steel and aluminum one, the corrosion in the steel rusting will eventually wear out, where this one here is designed to last a little bit better. I don't know if it will or not, but you know, it's worth a shot. When you got a Honda engine and you've got, you know, and you got a, you know, a nice stainless steel and brass piece, and if it has, you know, stainless steel pistons inside, I think it says that. You can go to Can Pump's website, obviously canpumps.com. I don't work for them. I just bought it because it looked pretty good. So anyway, you get one of these, and then so now all we got to do now is put this inlet thing on.
That's the thick one.
All right, so that one's on. That's it. Really tough fix, guys. Oh, I got to put on the thing I said earlier. All right, so just got to put this guy on. Let's look here. All right, so that's got to be on there. You guys make sure you change that because it's vented. And the one that comes on it is a packing one. So looks like we're good to go. Fire this baby up. Now it's actually, these pumps can give you more pressure and more volume too. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's see your comments.